Hello there, just a quick video today about SSDs and in particular Samsung SSDs that I have here. I'm going to flip these over. These are a Samsung 840 EVO 1TB and a Samsung 870 EVO 2TB. And the reason I'm making this video today is because it's exactly 7 years to the day that I ordered this 840 EVO back in 2014. And when I got that, I paid £350 for it. I think that was presumably it was an Amazon Prime Day deal at the time for a terabyte. That was huge at the time. And I've just bought this 870 EVO 2TB for £150 in the latest Prime Day sales, it just shows how things have changed. And yeah, this is still going strong. This 840 EVO, as we'll talk about in the video, is still going very strong indeed, but I thought it was worth retiring it because it was used for games and it's used pretty hard, so let's replace it with something that gives me more space because it was almost full, and it means it gets a bit more of a retirement. I really like the Samsung EVO SSDs, or the Samsung SSDs in general. It's all I buy now. I have this. I have a 1TB 850 EVO. I have a 2TB 860 QVO in the server next to me down there. I have a 500GB 860 EVO. In this caddy, I have a 1TB 860 EVO. In the big machine, the main SSD is an M2 NVMe 1TB. I think that's a 960 EVO. Yeah, I quite like these. They're very good. The performance is great, and it's something we're going to talk about. Certainly, this is now going to go into one of these little StarTech USB caddies. It's all right. It's going to replace this pile of garbage. Kingston 500GB. Oh no, it's only 240. Oh, I thought it was more than that. 240GB. They feel so light and cheap. It just has no performance whatsoever. Yeah, not good enough for me. It just can't maintain consistent read and write speeds. And it's not this that's at fault. It originally was inside the server down there as the main OS disk, and just rubbish. Now it's on an 860 EVO. It's perfect. Really good. So yeah, that's enough of me waffling here. Just going to go through a few numbers and show you how this thing still kicks ass. Okay, so I thought the best way to show how good the performance still is on this 840 is to compare it to the other SSDs. So here we have benchmarks from Crystal Disk Mark 8 and Atto Bench 32 2.41, and as you can see, the numbers are fairly consistent. Let's be honest, these are basically maxing out the SATA bus, but see if you can spot which one's the 7-year-old 840. I'll give you 10 seconds. So, do you think you got it right? Well, let's have a look at them from left to right. So the first one is the 850 EVO 1TB, which has written 42 terabytes in its life. Then we have the 840 1TB, which has written 40 terabytes, and as you can see, it really equals the 850 in a lot of ways still. In fact, it beats it in some. Then we have the 860 QVO 2TB, which has only written 10 terabytes. It's mainly used for photos. And finally, we have the brand new 870 EVO 2TB, which when you look at the specs on some of these, it actually is beaten by the 840. I think the random tests are where it really shows that it's better, because those are a quite significant improvement over the other discs, especially the 840. The 840 EVO is now going to live in the USB 3 caddy I have, and it's going to be absolutely fine in there, because the USB 3 3.0 at least on this machine can't reach SATA 3 speeds anyway. There is only one downside to having 3 of these discs in the same machine, and that's that at least 2 of them are going to look the same. So here we have the 3 discs before swapping them, and yeah, you can't really tell the difference. So here we have the 840 Evo on the left, the 860 in the middle, and the 850 on the right. And now as we switch to the new configuration, you can see we have a similar problem. Yet the 840 has been swapped for the 870, but it still looks the same as the 850. So I could swap these around so they're facing the other way, but the power cables wouldn't quite fit. So what I actually did after taking these pictures was write on them with a silver Sharpie. It's not the prettiest, but it does the job. That's one of the disadvantages of having a glass case. So I hope this short little video was vaguely useful. I thought it was worth noting that in 7 years this disc really hasn't deteriorated significantly, but I thought it was best to get important data onto something newer and quicker and still be able to use this disc in a USB caddy for years to come. With cryptocurrencies going more towards SSDs now, I thought this was a good time to grab this as well, especially at the cheapest price it ever has been. The 870 was $150 through Amazon Prime Day, and keep expanding my storage space. Right, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.